You need to stop posting on social media so much. Seriously, stop posting so much. All these platforms are different. They have different ways of showing up. They have different ways of creating content, but you don't need to spend all your time on social media. And gone are the days of having the content pillars of Flashback Fridays and Tip Tuesday. What if I told you you could create one type of post and you could share it and you'd be bringing in ideal clients and customers every single week? Hi friends, I'm Katie Brinkley and you're listening to a Rocky Mountain Marketing Quickcast. These bite-sized episodes are released every Thursday and are going to give you the latest news and tips in the world of social media that are happening right now. Let's dive into today's Quickcast episode. Welcome back to this week's Rocky Mountain Marketing Quickcast episode. I'm coming down hard today. You don't need to be on social media so much. You don't need to post so much. I talk about this all the time, and you might be saying, okay, this sounds amazing, but how? Gone are the days of the Flashback Fridays, the Tip Tuesdays, the Motivational Mondays. It was recently Veterans Day, and I was sitting down with a good friend of mine at an event, and she was working on her computer a little bit at a break. And I saw on her screen there was a whole bunch of thank you veterans, thank you for your service veterans graphics that she was getting ready to, I think, schedule out. And I said, whoa, hold on a second here, Amy. If I remember correctly, isn't your dad a veteran? Wasn't your dad in the military? And she said, yeah. And I said, why are you using a generic thank you veterans Day graphic instead of sharing a picture of you and your dad and thank him for his service? That's going to be way more powerful than a generic graphic that anyone can pull or put together off of Canva. And she posted it. It got a ton of engagement. It showed a little bit of the personal side, and it still said, thank you, veterans. I want all of you to think about this. How can you put yourself into your social media so that you can build your community? And it's by doing simple changes like that. On Thanksgiving, how can you showcase a picture of your table, of your turkey, of just you with the turkey if you don't want your family to be in it? How can you incorporate yourself into your social media instead of just using generic photos, generic stock imagery, generic graphics? And I get it. I have a social media agency. Showing yourself is not going to be easy for every single brand. But when you put yourself into your social media, it's going to help you build your community and it's going to help you post less. So like I said, gone are the days of those simple content pillars. Like the Motivational Mondays, the Testimonial Tuesdays, the Flashback Fridays. Those aren't the best ways to create content anymore. Is it the easy way of creating content? Yes. Is it checking the box of pushing something out there so that you can show up for your social media audience? 100%. But what if you could just post one type of content throughout the week? This is my 4-post strategy. This is how you can create one idea into 4 different ways of communicating it with your audience so that you can show up a variety of ways without having to reinvent the wheel every single time. So when you have that one idea, and this is something I was actually talking to a good friend just yesterday about this, and he said, Katie, I know you keep talking about posting less on social media, but it doesn't work. I'm not a believer. But when you have this framework in place, you don't need to show up so much because you're connecting the right way with your audience and you're not just spewing out a whole bunch of white noise. You're pushing out the content that your audience wants to resonate with, that they're saying, yes, exactly. I 100% agree. I'm right there with you. So this is the type of content that is going to help move the needle for your business. It's going to help people click the bell on LinkedIn. You know, if you haven't rung my bell over on LinkedIn, be sure to ring my bell so that you get notified when my new articles come out, when I'm going live on LinkedIn, when I publish something. All of this is going to help you cultivate that community around your business. Because in a world of more, who needs another motivational Monday? That's something that's great for your stories. This is how I've been using this motivation for my business. And these are the changes I've seen. People want to hear your story. So let's talk a little bit about this 4-post framework. And I'm not going to go deep into it in today's episode. I do have a masterclass on it, so be sure to check it out. But this 4-post framework is the way that you can talk about one topic 4 different ways to bring your community into you and into your brand. So let's start with the very first post. Again, we're throwing out those content pillars of the hashtag Flashback Friday. Those are gone. So for example, Thanksgiving's coming up, and if you are a realtor, we're just going to go off of the realtor example for today's podcast. If you're a realtor and we know Thanksgiving's coming up, you don't have any houses on the market, you don't have any sellers that you're working with, it's kind of a slow time for you. How can you still show up on social media? So for Thanksgiving, one thing that you could do for the awareness post, you could take your awareness post and have it be Thanksgiving table ideas, or your top 10 places or top 10 Thanksgiving ideas for having family over. It could be a short form video. It could be a carousel post about, okay, well, idea number 1 to make sure that my Thanksgiving table is always set for success is having this meal, and this meal. Just making people aware that, hey, here's some different ideas of a problem that you might be having, of what appetizer should I bring, or what are some other great sides that I might not have thought about for Thanksgiving. Then the second post would be elaborating on that one idea. So we talked about some different Thanksgiving ideas. Let's go into, and let's say one of them was pumpkin pie is one of your 10 things for making every Thanksgiving meal a success. It could be a recipe for a pie, for your pumpkin pie, and it could go step by step. And you might say, wait a second, Katie, I'm a realtor. What does this have to do with anything? Stick with me. The next post would be community building. And it could be, I know like my realtor, we get pies. I'm not looking to buy another house. We just did that this summer. But she could talk about how she gives pies to all of her current clients and past clients. And just to kind of stay on their radar and why she chose pies. Maybe it's because one of her clients one time said they didn't have anywhere to go, and one of their favorite things about Thanksgiving was pie. So wouldn't it be nice just to get a pie for free from your realtor? That way you still have a little piece of Thanksgiving home. So now we've gone through the awareness. We've gone through educating people a little bit further. We've talked about why you're talking about pie for your social media when you're a realtor. And then the 4th post is that action post, asking people to leave social media to go one step further with you, whether it's to listen to your podcast, if it's to watch your live stream, if it's to whatever, if it's to sign up for your email, if it's to get a guide. It takes people through the journey. One thing we've talked about, and let's say for this example here with the pies and Thanksgiving, you're going to be hosting a pie giveaway for all of your clients. Or let's say you're going to be hosting a Friendsgiving at your office, and you'd like to invite people to come, and you'd like to invite your followers to come. And they should go to your website to click on the link so that they come to your Thanksgiving, your Friendsgiving at your real estate brokerage. And then from there, you have your target audience, your target people, your biggest fans signing up to say, yeah, I'll go hang out with you in person. Yeah, here's my email. I will sign up for your email to get get notified of other deals and offerings that you have throughout the year. We've taken people from one spot, and all we did really was talk about Thanksgiving 4 different ways throughout the week. That's the 4-post strategy. That's making it easier for you to connect with your audience and build that community, to build out your biggest fans. It's 4 posts throughout the week, resonating with people a different way. Resonating with people that might, oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Start working on showing up less. Rethink your offers. Rethink what it is that you can talk about, what it is that you can share with your audience online that makes them your biggest fans, that makes them want to connect with you, that makes them want to be a part of your circle and do business with you and tell their friends about you. Gone are the days of just white noise out on social media. If you don't have any value to give, then don't post. Take that time to be present with the people that you're around and think about the different ways that you can show up throughout the week for your community. I do have a 4-post planner that helped. It's 12 months of walking you through the step-by-step of how you can do the awareness to action strategy every single week. If you're interested in it, you can pick it up at katiebrinkley.live/4. Like the number 4, not FOUR, just the number 4. So katiebrinkley.live/4 to pick up your 4-post planner. And again, it walks you through how to do this every single week, how to track your metrics, how to see what's worked, what hasn't worked. Start showing up intentionally on social media. Don't make it a 2024 goal. Make it a now goal. Make it so that you can show up to build your audience, your community, and your biggest fans. And guess what? You don't need to post so much, and you can start focusing on your in-person relationships and your offline life instead of so much online. Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. Make sure to subscribe so that you can continue navigating the world of entrepreneurship. And I'd love to hear from you. Please leave the show a review and connect with me on social media. You can find me on Instagram at @IamKatieBrinkley or connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you're ready to start making some sales on social media, be sure to grab my free guide to selling in the DMs without being spammy. You can get that at katiebrinkley.com. Let's keep taking your marketing to all new heights.